with unit 11. तो इसमें है database recovery and security, and yes, this is a very कंसाइज वे से मैंने लाइक डॉक्यूमेंट किया है, तो इसको मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ. ओके, सो डेटाबेस रिकवरी एंड सिक्योरिटी इंट्रोडक्शन. डेटाबेस रिकवरी, हैंडलिंग फेलियर एंड रीस्टोरिंग द डेटाबेस टू अ कंसिस्टेंट स्टेट. डेटाबेस रिकवरी, प्रोटेक्टिंग डेटा फ्रॉम अनऑथोराइज्ड एक्सेस और मॉडिफिकेशन. की पॉइंट, wait, alright, okay, yes. Key points: a computer system can fail due to hardware or system problem, power outage and accidents, natural and man-made disaster. Database recovery technique: ensure the database is restored to the last consistent state with a minimal data loss. Recovery methods should also be cost effective. Database security protects data from unauthorized access, changes or destruction. Database integrity ensures the data remains consistent and accurate. Access control mechanism and audit trails help monitor and safeguard database operation. If a bank server crashes, recovery ensure no transactions are lost and balance remain correct. Only authorized staff can view or modify customer accounts, and all actions are recorded in audit logs. What is recovery? During a transaction, change to a database are temporary until the transaction comes. The database may be inconsistent if the transaction is not yet complete. Recovery technique restores the data to consistent state after a failure. Key points: if a transaction commits successfully, all its changes are permanent. If a transaction fails and about changes or disasters remain consistency. While transferring money, if the system crashes before completion, what the charges are discarded. Kind of failure: transaction or database may fail for several reasons. Recovery mechanism ensure the database return to a consistent data after the failure. Cause of abnormal termination: user abort, deadlock, system failure. Types of failure: transaction failure. Once when a transaction cannot complete normally, cause logical error, database system error. System crash includes hardware and software failures and power outage, lose or corruption of non-volatile storage, partial complete loss of disk content. ठीक है. स्टोरेज स्ट्रक्चर फॉर रिकवरी: वॉलेटाइल स्टोरेज, नॉन वॉलेटाइल स्टोरेज. वॉलेटाइल स्टोरेज के अंदर डू नॉट सर्वाइव सिस्टम क्रैशेस एंड सर्वाइव सिस्टम क्रैशेस. स्टेबल स्टोरेज, आइडियलाइज्ड स्टोरेज दैट सर्वाइव ऑल फेलियर्स. Maintains multiple copies on independent media or remote sites. Protects against data loss even in disaster. Recovery and atomicity कुछ है. Recovery is linked to the automaticity of a transaction. Partial execution of transaction can leave the database in custody during recovery. Okay. Transaction and recovery: the basic unit of recovery in a database is a transaction. Recovery handle transaction. Two main cause: transaction not committed, transaction committed. Okay. Recovery in a small database. Recovery techniques can be expensive in terms of time and memory, especially for small system. In small database, it may be better to prevent failure rather than rely heavily on recovery. Precautions to avoid failures: regulate the power supply, use fail-safe secondary storage. Transaction recovery: a transaction is the basic unit of recovery. In commercial DBMS, many transactions run concurrently. A failure can affect multiple transactions. Log-based recovery: contents of a transaction log. Transaction begun market कुछ है. Security in commercial database: security is an ongoing process, not a one-time solution. No database system can be assumed completely secure due to new attacks and vulnerabilities. Common database security: many organizations neglect database security until a program occurs. Common issues includes weak user account setting, insufficient segregations of duties, inadequate audit trails. सब कुछ है. Database security levels: server security, trust IP address, database connection, table access control, and these are few. Database security can be broken into three main levels. Server security: control across the database server itself. You cannot access what you do not see. Trusted IP address: only allow known IPs to connect on the server, prevent unauthorized external accesses. Database connection: application may allow user to update databases. Relationship between security and integrity. Database security prevents unauthorized access. Database integrity ensures data remains consistent and avoid accidental errors. Difference between operating system and database security. Scope of protection. Database protects persist data at the multiple Grantley's files, triples, attribute injection. OS security mainly manage resources. Complexity of objects. Database objects can be logical structure, views, mapping, and semantics versus physical security. DBMS security protects meaning of data. Access control or relational database have built-in security mechanism to reduce threats. Mechanism range from simple password to complex user. SQL provides a standard interface for access control. User account best practice: create individual accounts for each user. Avoid shared user account best practice: create individual account for each user. Avoid shared accounts to track individual responsibilities. Drawbacks: small user base, easy to assign individual username, password, and privilege. Solution: roles. Users are grouped into roles based on access need. Access right are defined once per role. Authorization of data item. ठीक है, ये देख लेते हैं. Authorization defines who can do what on which part of the database. Authorization means who can do what on which part of the database. User can be given different type of access authorization, like data manipulation authorized: read, insert, update, delete. Okay, can read data but cannot modify these things. Control authorization: add, drop, alter, kind of this. And database administration as ultimate authority. A basic model of database access control. Database access control models are based on the operating system protection module. Okay, employee name, the department, salary, and all this. Personal manager, general components are the access control model. Object entities, subject entities, access rule. So audit trials in database. Importance of audit trials: many companies underestimate the risk associated with DBA. Audit trials in database. One of the key aspects of database security is maintaining secure audit trial. Tracks and reports the data. Importance of audit trial: many companies underestimate the risk associated with the sensitive information. For example, DBA with full access could misuse business or financial data, causing major losses. Case study example: a global investment bank audit relief. Over 10 DBAs has unrestricted access to the key database. Over 100 employees had administrative OS access. Backup media posted a risk if stolen. Okay. This is all for Unit 11.